If you were raised by a narcissist or a dysfunctional parent, chances are they've impacted almost every important decision you've ever made. What you do with your life, how you feel about yourself, even whether you think your needs matter. And in this video, I'm going to share 11 decisions you should never let your parent, especially a narcissistic or dysfunctional parent or parents, make for you. These are the decisions that shape your identity, your future, and your freedom. Claiming them isn't just empowering, it's how you finally start to get your family out of you and become your true self. Number 1, how and what you feel. You should never let your dysfunctional or narcissistic parent decide how and what you feel. Oftentimes, we inherit systems feelings from our family in which we are programmed to feel on cue given certain set of circumstances. If your mother or father says, "Oh, you hurt me," then I should automatically feel guilt. Even if I haven't even done anything wrong, I should feel guilt. That's a systems feeling. That's them controlling our feelings. Many times they also may respond with, "Don't feel that way," or "Those feelings are silly." And again, when feelings don't fit the situation, then we're dealing with systems feelings and not our true feelings. Number 2, how and what you think. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parents decide how and what you think. Systems thoughts applies the same way as systems feelings. Many times our thoughts are generated by the feeling system in the family, which I call that Wi-Fi that we're connected to, which then becomes a feel think, and we have thoughts that go along with the feelings that we have. But they are all family oriented, or the super self of the family oriented. They're not truly ours. So we don't want unhealthy parents to decide what kind of thoughts and feelings we should have. Number 3, who you date, marry, or partner with. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parent decide who you love or what kind of relationship you're allowed to have. Of course, I realize many times family members might chime in. They might give you some advice, even unsolicited advice, but it's meant well, or it's meant because they care about you. But again, narcissistic parents have a different goal in mind. It's about, you're not doing what I want you to do that will affect or impact me. And it's not so much how it's good for you, but it's how it's good for me. And so that partner you've chosen does not reflect well on me, so you need to change them, or you need to find another partner. So it's not good to use their GPS to determine relationships. Now, again, I would be extreme to say narcissistic parents could never look out for your best interest with their advice or guidance. However, it's often only for a fleeting moment, and then they may shift back to their needs and wants for you, which translates for them. Number 4, how you raise your children. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parents decide how you raise your children or what kind of parent you're allowed to be. I know a family in which at family gatherings, the grandparent and the grandmother in particular would lure the small kids away with her, getting them out of line sight of mom so she could let them do whatever they wanted and spoil them with treats and even allow them to get themselves into risky and possibly even dangerous situations without the permission of the parents. She felt it was her right as a grandmother. And that's what a narcissistic grandmother or parent might do. Again, it's what she wants, not what's best for others. Number 5, what job or career you pursue. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parents decide what kind of work is worthy of your time, your talent, or your value. Being supportive as a parent or even offering some guidance is not the same thing as taking ownership of their adult child's career path. Narcissistic parents are often very opinionated. They also engage in giving unsolicited advice, even a know-it-all stance, even frightening and talking about fearful future consequences if you don't do what they advise. The malignant the narcissistic parent, the more they may even rage or have anger or retribution if you don't agree with them on these important matters in your life. But remember, it's your life. Number 6, what success means to you. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parent decide what success should look like for your life. That's something you will want to discover, not have someone else take ownership for. Number 7, how much distance you're allowed to have or allowed to take from them. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parents decide how close you have to stay or how far you're allowed to go in terms of either living close to them, living away from them, spending time with them, not spending time with them. These are decisions that you choose and you decide. Number 8, whether or not you're allowed to stop taking care of them or dictate how much effort or sacrifice a child should make for them. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parent decide if you owe them your caretaking, your peace, or your adulthood. Often these struggles are about where you live, and they are not about practical reasons for the narcissistic parent, but arguments or upsetness over emotional reasons. Narcissistic parents are not happy sharing influence or being limited in their ability to control you. They don't want others to have that influence over you, whether it be a church, a pastor, a friend, a therapist, a coach. They're not happy with sharing influence with other people regarding you. Number 9, what kind of life you're allowed to want. You should never let your narcissist or dysfunctional parents decide what kind of life is acceptable for you to live or what kind of life makes you enough. Number 10, what you owe them. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parents decide what you owe them. Not your time, not your silence, not your denial, not yourself, not your love, not your own valuing of the relationship. These are decisions that we must make, and we don't want a narcissistic parent deciding that. Number 11, what you believe spiritually or religiously, or I could even add politically or philosophically. You should never let your narcissistic or dysfunctional parent decide what you believe spiritually, religiously, or what kind of faith, doubt, or meaning is valued in your life. You decide what's valid in your life. And I withhold my opinions unless someone asks me. And the same is true for my own son or my own family. If they want to know what I think or feel, I'll be happy to tell them. But those are decisions they are going to have to make. And maybe there's a number of counselors or guidance people that will help them with that. It doesn't have to be me. Shaming is one of the primary ways a narcissistic parent will try to influence you about religion. Often, a narcissistic parent will try to create the image of being a good parent by coercing you into sharing the same faith, going to the same church, or even being an atheist like them. I always felt my mother was always trying to show me off by having me go to church with her. Seek spiritual guidance elsewhere. If you're ready to finally break free and start living with emotional freedom, inner peace, and healthy relationships, then join my free 84-minute training. Over 30,000 people have already taken this as their first step towards real and lasting change. Click the link below to join now. And if you're looking for a deeper step-by-step process, join my Road to Self program. Many of those who have joined Road to Self say it was the missing piece in their healing journey. It certainly was for me, and that it truly helped them get their family out of them and finally stand strong as their true self. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss a new video. I want to thank you for watching. Have a great day and be wise.